Mindflash, build and launch a course in 30 minutes. Today what I'll be doing is I'll be providing a live demonstration in our platform of the ease of creating a course within Mindflash. This function is used by administrators in the trainer role. Today the goal is to essentially show you how you can upload content and create a course with ease in less than 30 minutes. During today's webinar, please do feel free to utilize the chat box within the GoToWebinar sidebar, as I'd be more than happy to any questions pertaining to Mindflash. I'll certainly do that at the end of the presentation as I walk through the different steps to creating a course, and certainly open up that time at the end to go ahead and answer any questions that you may have. With that being said, I'll go ahead and get started. And one more item to note is that I am recording today's webinar. So please feel free to, once the webinar has been completed, you will receive an email with a link to the recording. Feel free to go ahead and share that with any of your colleagues who were unable to attend, as well as if you've realized that maybe someone else in your organization may find this beneficial. Please do feel free to share. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to populate our Mindflash homepage here. I'm currently logged in my demo account, which is a pro account. However, whether you're on our basic tier, our advanced tier, or our pro tier, you will go ahead and you will see very similar home screen here. Over in our left navigation panel, you'll notice we've got home, users, courses. So today we're going to be discussing courses. So I'll go ahead, or creating a course. So I'm going to go ahead and select courses. It'll go ahead and populate a new screen over here. That's going to bring a list of all the different courses that I currently have in my demo account. But today's goal is to go ahead and create a course. So you'll see this bright big blue button here that clearly states create a course. I'm going to go ahead and select that, create a course. And that's going to go ahead and populate a new screen. What that's going to do is it's going to bring us to the Manage page, the Manage portion of this. This is where I can go ahead and type in the name of my course. So let's just type in Demo Course. By doing that, I've now created the name of my course that's identifiable for this specific course. This is where I'll type in a description. Of course. You can go ahead and include any of the description that you want to make sure that your trainees are aware of in relation to that actual course. Again, the course name and description is something that the trainees will see. However you're inviting them, if you do invite them to a course, this is the name that will populate, letting them know that this is the course that they've been invited to. Down here, you'll note my trainer information. Here is where you would populate the trainer name, as well as the trainer email address. This, again, is information that the trainees will be made aware of, specific to each course. It's gone ahead and saved all this information from prior courses that I've created. You, as an administrator or trainer, would also notice this. I can update my photo if I choose to, but right now we're going to go ahead and leave everything as is. So now that I've uploaded my course name, my course description, and my trainer information, I can go ahead and save and move on, which will bring us an opportunity to upload content. But before I do so, I want to point out here handouts. Handouts is information that you can provide to your trainees. It's pretty much like a supplemental information to the course. Not necessarily your course content, however, just extra information that you want to make sure you provide available to your trainees that they can download and or print out. You can have up to 4 handouts. Each handout, the content cannot, or excuse me, the file size cannot exceed 350 megabytes. You would go ahead and upload here, make sure that all of the content that you wanted to upload, your files are attached to the computer that you're working on, as it will take you directly to your files on your computer. So we'll go ahead and select Save. So by selecting Save, you'll notice that what it's done is it's brought us to, I have a couple options now. I can add and arrange content, or I can edit course detail. Seeing how I just entered this course detail, I don't need, I have a need to edit that at this time. So we'll go ahead and select the Add and Arrange Content. What this does is this actually brings us to what is called the Arranger. This is where you're going to go ahead and add your content, your files, add any surveys or quizzes that you choose. Here, it's going to go ahead and provide me with the title of the course. It's going to provide me with the intro and recap slide. These are our standards that actually do populate within Mindflash. You'll notice here on the intro slide, I have an option of adding audio to it if I choose, or I can simply hide this intro slide. By hiding that, what that means is that it's going to go ahead and go when a trainee starts the course. That means that it will go to the first slide within my presentation or the content that I've uploaded. If I choose to keep this slide, what that means is that the first slide that the trainees will see is simply stating this is the name of the course, this is the trainer information, and a description. So I'll go ahead and select the Insert button. Here you'll notice you've got two grays. One says Insert, one says Survey. By selecting the Insert button, it'll give me a drop-down menu. Here, I can go ahead and select the file type that I want to go ahead and upload my content. Again, make sure you're on a computer that has your files that are available to you to go ahead and use to create the course. So today, I'm going to select a PowerPoint presentation. So I'm going to simply select the PowerPoint presentation content here. It's going to bring me, again, to my computer. So this is where I need to make sure that I've got all my information here. I'm going to go ahead and find that PowerPoint slide that I want to choose, which is Create a Great Course. So by selecting that, you'll notice what it's doing is it's now uploading. It's telling me that slide 2 of 3 is uploading. You'll notice that you can see the progress. You'll also notice one thing, which is a great tool here at Mindflash, is that while it's uploading, I have an opportunity to insert even additional files if I choose to. You'll notice that it's also down here, it's listing the name of the file that I've just uploaded. Each slide does have an opportunity to hide. As soon as it is done, completed uploading, will be given the opportunity to also add audio. Adding audio is a great way to get you the engagement happening with their trainees while they're taking the course. It just adds that supplemental information and engaging to your trainees. There we go. So here on each slide within Mindflash, I can add audio. That's using Mindflash recordings. It's directly by selecting it. It'll do a pop-up and we want to go ahead and allow. So I'm allowing Mindflash to go ahead and record. So I'll simply select record. I'm going to go ahead and record. Any information that I'm recording right now is going to go ahead and be present when a trainee goes ahead and takes this course and gets to this slide. I can go ahead and set stop. I can either delete this recording or I can save it. So we'll go ahead and save that. So it's now saving the audio that I've just recorded with this specific slide. And it's present here by this green. Let's say that, I realized I don't want to use this audio. I can simply go ahead and select that and delete it. So I no longer have audio. Another great option or another great thing about Mindflash with the let's say you do have a PowerPoint presentation and you've added audio in your native PowerPoint. Mindflash will go ahead and honor the settings that you've chosen there and will play your audio as well. Now here's another option we have here. So let's say I want to move over to this certain slide here. I can select insert and I can now insert a quiz. I can insert another file content type. Let's say I want to insert a video or a YouTube link. I can do so between any of these slides. But right now I'm going to go ahead and insert a quiz. So it's going to go ahead and give me the quiz editor here. This is where I'll go ahead and title the quiz, quiz 1. I've got my intro slide here. I'm going to add a new question. So when I select add a new question, what it does is it brings me to the 6 different quiz question types here to choose from. Having all of these questions in quizzes within a course definitely kind of reinforces that content and encourages that, that engagement. So it's a great way to get that to happen here. Let's go ahead and pick the multiple choice type question. So I'll go ahead and simply select multiple choice. It's now providing me the opportunity to go ahead and type that in. So on another screen here, I've got that. I'm going to go ahead and simply copy it. And now I can paste it. So this is a great way, I just showed you, if you have your quiz questions somewhere else and you've saved them, let's say in a Word document or any type of documentation you use, you can go ahead and have those saved and simply copy and paste that question right here. So the question I've typed in is, what is the size limit of files that can be uploaded into Mindflash platform? Great question. The answer to that is 350 megabytes. There's no limit to the amount of files that you can upload in Mindflash, your content files. However, there is a limit to the size of each file. So it cannot exceed 350 megabytes. If you find that you're running into that, you can go ahead and maybe split those files up, and because again, there's no limit to the amount of size, the quantity or how many files you upload. So I've typed in my correct answer, and I want to make sure that I know that this is the correct answer. Because it is a multiple choice, I need to give some other options here. Let's do 100 megabytes, see if anyone's paying attention here. So now that I've got my answers, I'm just going to do these two for now, but you see you can add multiple answers here as long as you're making sure you do have the correct answer selected. So I'm going to go ahead and apply. Now that I've applied my question, I can go ahead and add another question if I wanted to within this quiz. So I'm going to add a new question. This question type, I'm going to go ahead and select the true and false. So by selecting the true and false, again, I need to go ahead and populate my question here. Copying. Again, I'm copying it from another form here to make it easily, instead of typing. As we all know, our fingers get typing rather quickly, and we've got some errors in spelling. I know I'm definitely one to do that. The question I've typed here, Mindflash is the best place to conduct easy online training. I would like to think so. So I'm going to mark my correct answer as true. So I've gone ahead and I've typed in my question. I've selected my correct answer. I'm going to go ahead and apply true. So again, what we've done here is we've got quiz 1. I've got 2 questions within this quiz. I can even add more questions if I choose. You've got within each course, you can have up to 10 quizzes throughout the course. Only 10, however, you can have multiple questions per quiz. So there's really no limit on the amount of questions. Within a quiz, there's just a limit of 10 quizzes per course. I'm going to go ahead and select done. So now you'll see I've got my great course. It's a PowerPoint over here on the left. I can go ahead and view that here. These are these periwinkle jelly beans. I've got my quiz 1, this green jelly bean that I've placed here. But let's say I realized, I actually created it in the wrong area. I was thinking I'd have it more towards the end, so I'm simply going to move this right over here. So now I've created my content. I've uploaded my great content. I've created a quiz. So I'm going to go ahead and save and close. So now I've gone ahead and I've got my name, my description, I've got my course content. I've chosen not to include any handouts. So we're going to move right up here to the Settings tab. By selecting the Settings tab, I'm now given the option to apply a few settings within my course. I can do that by selecting an Edit. And that will populate some settings I can go ahead and change. I'm not going to set a deadline for this course. Once I invite the trainees, I'm confident that they'll take that. But, some people will want to go ahead and set a deadline, and you can do so by enabling the deadline and choosing if you want to have a certain number of days or weeks. Let's say you want to give them 3 days. So we'll go ahead and apply that for today. Minimum course passing score. What that's going to do is it's going to take the average of all the quizzes throughout the course and take an average and apply that, making sure that they've passed them with an 80%, and that will go ahead and simply pass them as a passing score for the quiz. Receive emails about the trainee activity. This looks like it's defaulted off. If you choose to, as a trainer, if you want to have those emails, trainee activity emails directly to you, you would go ahead and select instantly, daily, or weekly. I'm going to choose to keep that off because let's say I've invited 100 people to a course and I don't want my inbox inundated. Or if you are one that travels a lot and you don't want to have to log in and you want to maybe get a daily email regarding all of your training activity, you can do so. Now, this setting is applied to this course only. Certificates, great way to supply your trainees, with their proof. They can show it, display it proudly. They pass the score with 100%. They're going to print it out. They're going to go ahead and tape it to their desk or their wall in their work area so that everyone can know that they did a great job, that they passed this current course with 100%. The other option I've got over here is my trainee settings. By enabling a trainee to retake a course, essentially what you're doing is you're allowing the trainee to go ahead and after they've completed the course, let's say they've gotten 80% and they want to strive for 100%. If they are allowed to go ahead and select the retake on their own, what that means is it'll wipe out any progress. They now go from completed at 80% to hasn't started. So by allowing them to retake the course, they can go ahead and they would have to retake the whole course. They'd have to go through all of the content and answer all the questions. So that's definitely up to you and your organization. If you choose not to allow them to retake the course, that still doesn't mean that they don't have an option to retake the course. That simply means that they need to reach out to an administrator or a trainer within your organization that can go ahead and reset them. Allowing them to email the trainer while taking a course. This is a great way to have the trainees communicate with the trainer if they choose so while they're in the course. They can certainly send them an email. Let's say they have a question or they just want to give some great feedback. They say, hey Lisa, this is such a great course. I'm so, confident that this information is going to help me, further my career or what have you. That's something that they can certainly do. Another trainee setting is fast forward slide animation, narration, and videos. Essentially what this means is that, if the trainee comes up to a slide, and let's say it's a video or you've got some animation or some voiceovers, if you enable this, that means they can just fast forward right through that. They can go from the beginning to end without sitting through that engaging content. You took the time, you created a script, or you put in all the animations in there, or you created a great video. You really want them to sit through that information because that's what the point of the course is, right? Making sure that they've got all this information and it's valuable to them. So I'm not going to go ahead and enable that. Invitation emails. This is if you are choosing to utilize the private sharing of the course and that they must be invited and you're inviting by email. This is the invitation that the trainee will see. I can go ahead and select this pencil icon, kind of that universal edit icon here. So by selecting that, what that's going to do is it's going to go ahead and bring up the screen that's going to show, here we go, customize emails, the invitation emails. So here we've got your standard, this is what Mindflash generates. You've been enrolled to the online course, insert course name, please click on the below link, this course is required. So this is the standard email that actually does generate by Mindflash. You do not currently have an option to make any changes to this. However, you do have an option to go ahead and type in some of your custom verbiage that you want to make it a little more personable or a little more reflective of your organization. You can certainly do so here. As with the reminder emails, the completion emails, the same thing. So we're not going to make any changes today. Simply select back to course. So I've gone ahead and I've addressed all of my current settings. We're going to keep it on private. That way we can go ahead and email, in order for a trainee to take the course, they need to be invited to the course. Otherwise they won't have any, will not be visible to anyone else. I'm completed that. I would simply go over to my trainees. By selecting the Trainees tab, I'm then going to be I've got a couple options here. You'll notice I can export data. Well, there's nothing to export. But what I really want to do is I want to invite my trainees. So I'm going to go ahead and select Invite. You'll see I've got Existing, New, or Upload Excel. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to select from my existing. These are trainees that I've already uploaded into my my account. They've either already taken some courses and that they're already there, or I've certainly just, let's say you've got some new employees, you've just recently uploaded them. They would appear here. I can invite by group. I'm going to go ahead and select group. My group is called group. And by selecting group on the left-hand side, it's going to populate the two individuals that are in this group. So by selecting that, it'll do all. Bottom right-hand side is down at the bottom here. We're going to see this yellow that says invite. I'm going to go ahead and select invite. My course invitation has been sent. I'm going to go back to my course. And the individuals that I've just invited, are going to appear here under trainees. So now we'll just wait and watch the progress for those individuals who are taking the course. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is how to launch a course in 30 minutes or less. And it looks like we're at 21 minutes. So, you know, definitely the great thing about Mindflash is the ease of creating a course and getting that distributed in a short amount of time. Number one thing is to make sure you've got that content created and it is engaging. So now we'll go ahead and open it up for questions. So if anyone has any questions, please feel free to go ahead and populate them in the box on the GoToWebinar, and I'd be more than happy to answer them for you. Okay, it looks like we've got a question. How do you update a slide? I believe you're referring to, let's say, we're going to go to a course. We're going to go to the course that we've just created by selecting course. Let's go into our demo course is what we've titled it. So it's asking, how do you update a slide? So you would do that by going to Manage. Again, under the Manage tab, we want to go to our Add and Arrange Content. This is where we're bringing us to our arranger. This is where our content is. This is where we would go ahead and make any updates. So the question, how to update a slide, I'm assuming if I'm not mistaken, what you're asking is, let's say you need to make a change to the current slide within your PowerPoint. What you'll need to do is you will need to go ahead and make those changes or adjustments within the native your native PowerPoint. You cannot make those changes within Mindflash, but what you can do is once you've made those changes to your native PowerPoint slide, you can come here and it says create a great course. I can either replace or delete this PowerPoint. You would simply go ahead and select the replace button and replace it with the updated content. So hopefully that answers your question. Next question here is, how do you edit course name? You'll go ahead and go to courses, find that course under the Manage tab because you're managing that course. We had just recently selected the Add and Arrange Content, so that's if you need to make any adjustments to your content. But what we would need to do is we need to edit course details if we're going to be editing a course name. So by selecting Edit Course Details, I'm now given an opportunity to go ahead and update any of this course information. And a great thing to do is, by making these updates, even though I've already gone ahead and I've, invited individuals, let's say we've even have some that have gone ahead and even passed the course, they've already completed it, or maybe they're still in it. Any further information any information that's been updated, any further trainees would go ahead and see these changes. Okay. It doesn't look like I have any more questions here, so hopefully all of this information was useful to you. We appreciate you taking the time to kind of, 30 minutes of your day just to kind of remind you, or if you're new to Mindflash, welcome, and the ease of creating a course. Hopefully you've learned some new information here today. As always, please do feel free to reach out. We've got a great site that I think a lot of us here still use, a lot of us in customer success as well as our support team. It's a great tool. It's help.mindflash.com. Here, if you do ever have any questions, you can come directly here. Let's say in the search box, you can type in create a course. I would simply type in create a course, and what that's going to do is it's going to go ahead and give you several different options and links directly to articles that will walk you through how to do such a thing. How do I copy a course? Let's go ahead and select that one. By selecting that, not only is it going to go ahead and give you some information walking you through that, telling you how you can accomplish that. We're visual people here, so we're also going to provide you some screenshots that actually direct you on exactly how to do so. So again, a great tool, help.mindflash.com. Please feel free to go here if you have any questions. You can certainly try here. You'll also notice down in the right box we've got a help button here. That way you can communicate with our customer support team and ask for our guidance and assistance as well. So again, we appreciate you joining us today, and we wish everyone a great Wednesday. Everyone take care.